Hello, welcome to another episode here of Watch Me Work here at Rich New Design. Uh, I am your host, this guy, and today I'm going to be doing work on these Streamyard graphics. I'm going to be working in Photoshop to put together basically some 1920 1080 graphics that are going to be used as backgrounds. I'll be going through to check out the different settings for the layouts I have because I want to take advantage of borders and so forth. I may actually even put some animations into some backgrounds because that is possible, but I'll look into that today. This is going to be, if you have a question, if you hear from one of the lives, you can ask the question and I might be able to answer that. But if you're tuning in for a whole bunch of information, well, there's other sources that aren't going to be a rambling guy that's just, hey, watch me work, because I'm going to be rambling. That's pretty much how this is going to go. So tag a spells, peace and love, peace and love. Gonna be working on. Let's see if I got this thing up here. I'm gonna be working in Photoshop today. I've got to update banners. For those of you that have been at the channel before, there was a Guitar Zero show. There were all sorts of overlays. There were all sorts of different brandings for the different programs that I did, and all of those ended up they've been removed from Streamyard, and so I need to rebuild all of the branding for the different shows and the ones that I'm hoping to bring in the future. So that's what today's going to be. It's just some BS graphics to create some backgrounds to have on these shows, because I don't want to just be using the thumbnail that's behind me, because it doesn't work. You can't even see the words. You can't see that. And so that's what I'm going to be looking at, is where the layout is on here, what space I have up top for a header, and the different layouts that I have within StreamYard that allow me to customize where I have cameras and where I have information. So I'll be doing a lot of rebuilding, is what I'm rambling on. Again, I said this is going to be a guy rambling on about doing the work today. Let me say hi to everybody that's out there. Tana, one stoner, three cats. Peace and love, peace and love. I had thought about working with that DK image that Allie had created again to do the cartwheel, but I'm going to end up doing that this evening. I hope to get it done by the time you do a live, but I might not, only because I don't do After Effects while I'm streaming. I end up with a lot of lags and it ends up causing problems because After Effects eats up everything that's going on with my video card. And so OBS, StreamYard, my camera, the virtual camera, all those things are like something in there is getting messed up. And that I don't want to have that happen. Peace and love to the J Jordan. And everybody, let me find the banners. I think I have one here. Nightbot should be running, or at least Nightbot was. I do see Nightbot out there. If you want to drop your links so that other people in the chat can connect to you, and just say, hey, I don't know you. Drop your link, and they should type in this hashtag awesome, AWESOME, to drop their link, get connected. You're all content creators. A lot of you are. So I want to make sure everybody can, connect to each other. The J Jordan, make sure you're connected to the J Jordan. There's just too many good things to say about him. Dagger Spells, peace and love, peace and love. Hope everything is going well. Allie Patches, great artist right there. Everybody, make sure if you need any art for your channel and so forth, this is where to go. The link, I know her link is going to be dropped out there, but not. I think it's to the Instagram. So Allie, hashtag awesome if you want to drop. Well, you got a wrench, I think. You can do whatever you want. You're all good. Everybody be nice. Everybody be nice and fun. Mike, Foxy's friends, peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, who else? Jamia. Oh, hello there, Jamia. Hello there, Jamia. I saw you over on Swoops. I saw you. Don't think you were hiding from me, Jamia. I saw you. Peace and love, Jamie. Sifting some soil and more. Welcome in. It's a swoop raid. Swoop. Oh, everybody, Swoop, there they are. Swoop, there they are. Everybody, give it up for Swoop. Give it up for Swoop and give it up for the eggs. If you don't know, then somebody needs to tell you the egg song in the video section on my page. Jamie had done a video where she was eating eggs. It was some sort of salad, and she got them all in this. And she wears this, low cut shirt, and she leaves. There's other cuts. There's other cuts in the video. She left this part into the video that she premiered, and so it was a day when the Jay Jordan and I were doing improvs that we had some sensual eggs, I believe was the name of the song. So make sure you get connected out there. I appreciate everybody coming in. Art of Floundering Media. Now I know the hashtag awesome to get this channel dropped. I do have the Art of Floundering podcast, should be getting dropped by Nightbot like every 12 minutes or something along those lines. So make sure you are connected. Bunch of these people. Nightbot will be dropping links to cast members of the comedy show that will be coming back under a different name. But look for that soon. Look for that soon. So like I was saying, I'm going to be doing. I have to rebuild, and I'm going to start with this Watch Me Work because this has never worked out. I've never had an actual branding for the Watch Me Work. I end up. I want to. You got a gummy down. I want everybody to type in congratulations, Allie. I want everybody to congratulate her. She got a gummy. She was able to eat a gummy. She had oral surgery, and so this is the first time since having oral surgery that she's been able to enjoy that. Buddha of Destiny, namaste. Swoop raid. Oh, Buddha, you gotta congratulate. She had a gummy. You gotta congratulate Allie. Thank you. There we go. This is what I want. This is what my show should be. It should just be hey, everybody, love each other. Hey, Nightbot, are you loving everybody? Charlie Wood lives. Charlie Wood would love everybody. That's one of those things. Nah, I'm getting out of control. And I need to, I need to focus. I need to gain that focus on what I'm doing and just, and look, there we have more congratulations. See, I like highlighting the positivity. That's the thing about this channel. I want positivity. That is what we need here at Rich New Design. And that's why I haven't been live as much. There's not enough positivity in my environment, and that is changing. Things are going to be returning to an active schedule, a very active schedule, in the very near future. I won't say today. But in the next week, I believe things should just be flying along. Oh man, and I've needed it. Now, what I have over here is Photoshop. I am running in Photoshop, and I am going to have to be creative. And I just brought this up before I got here. The image that you see, mainly because it had the brick background. I thought to myself, I don't have this brick anywhere. And I wanted to make sure, and I was lucky enough to have, because I lost 5 years of work. And but luckily there was some stuff that was still out in the Photoshop that was out on Adobe's, out there on the drive, because I would store it out in Adobe. And so those items are still in place. And so I do have the brick, because this is actually a photo that I've done some color to and other stuff of bricks that are out here. It's my porch out front. But I kind of like the brick, and I want to kind of keep the brick, but we'll see. I'm not tied to the brick. But that's why this is open. I might not necessarily use this for what I'm going to do. Watch Me Work. I've got the following ones that I need to do. I need to create my Watch Me Works. I want to create backgrounds for the bass practice. If I have a bass practice, I want to have branding for the musical practice live streams that I do. I need to have branding ready for my Saturday night show that I want to have happen. the musical. It's a pre-show to the Camp G May open mic that begins at 10 p.m. Eastern time at Camp G May every week. There's great musicians that play over there, and I used to earlier in the day at 7. We would go for 2 or 3 hours before Camp G May with some friends. Play Falco was there sometimes. I think Pole Vault showed up. Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast was always there with me. Karen Holton from Karen Holton TV was just a regular on the show. It was a get together on Saturday night before that open mic when we all went over, and it wasn't as important to be playing music the whole time on what we were doing. It was more of just a gathering. So I'd like to have that, but it's not the same priority as the watch me work. I want to have the watch me work, and I want to have the bass practice. Those are two I know, because I can come in here and just start doing work and do a watch me work. I can just pick up an instrument and do the bass practice. If I'm doing one of those Saturday night shows, I got to kind of plan it. I got to kind of at least have, well, what are we going to be doing? And then I don't want to give away. I don't want to divulge too much about the continuation of the comedy program that we had. Season 1 ended last year, and it was it's kind of a cliffhanger situation there, and we're going to end up resolving all that, bringing everything back. We do have planning a 10-episode season 2, 10 episodes which wrap up what we have coming. There's going to be a lot more writing, same amount of improv. You are still going to get the improv with the characters, but there's also going to be a lot more story and a lot more serialization, if you will, for that season. And so I'm hoping that we get that going here in the next couple of months. I want to have at least 3 or 4 weeks to do promos and shorts to get out there to let everybody that was a fan know season 2's coming. Season 2's coming. Here's the name. Here's what's going on. Everything along those lines. And so that's in the future. That's in the future. Michael Songs, peace and love. Peace and love. Hope everything is going well. Drop hashtag awesome. Well, you've got a wrench. You make sure people have their ability to get connected to you. If you, Tana, if you don't know Michael Songs, Tana, head over to his, drop your link, Michael, so that Tana he's a great musician. Fantastic, really, just with the guitar, live performance. Unbelievable person. So please get connected. Oh, I have a tickle in my nose as though I want to sneeze. And that would be a faux pas. Faux pas. I love using the word faux pas. It makes me so happy. Let me come over here. Let's actually now watch me work. I've got this just for reference in case I end up using this background. And this is a 1920 by 1080. I could just start from this, but I'm going to go through, and let's just say if you're using Photoshop, or if you're using Canva or something along those lines, if you are making a background for Streamyard, 1920 by 1080 is what I end up making them as. I believe you could do 1280 by 720. You can end up having, as long as you've got the aspect ratio, but I go ahead and do the full resolution 1920 by 1080. Today I am working on getting some of these. I lost all the branding, all of the different backgrounds. I was able to find this. This is just a thumbnail to watch me work that I'm over top of right now. 5 years of my work was kind of gone, and everything was gone from StreamYard. So I need to rebuild all of the backgrounds at least, possible, and all those overlays that I had for Guitar Zero and other things. They're gone. They're gone. It's almost like there's nothing. It's almost like there's nothing. But hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all gone. I'm gonna double check. Oh yeah, all the brands were deleted. So of course, yeah, it's all gone. when you delete the brands, everything. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, my shoulder trigger. It's one of Jubba Jub Productions. Peace and love. Peace and love. And Tamika Davis. Peace and love. Everybody, you're all content creators. Most of you. Hashtag awesome, like it says across the bottom. Talk to each other. You're all cool people. Talk to each other if you don't know each other, and say, hey, say, Jubba Jub. I don't know you, Jubba Jub. Hey, hashtag awesome. Did you drop your link, Jubba Jub? Do something like that, and then you get connected to Jubba Jub. That's you guys know what you do. You guys, you're all smart enough to do this. But if you're over here and you're creating yourself some backgrounds, I'm gonna do them. Blind Neil, peace and love, peace and love. Cheers. Hope you were doing well. It's just work. It's just work, Michael. Hey, I haven't created my masterpiece yet. I'm okay. I can. Everything continues to be a stage, and so I continue to move forward. And looking back, you have to get over the past to move forward. So you do what you can to get. You can hear in my voice though, but my best work is ahead of me. My best work is ahead of me, and as long as you always have that view, you'll always keep striving to do better, and you'll reach it. That's how that happens. I mean, all these successful people and their habits and all those they're that way for a reason. I mean, that's why they do happen. So you gain some of that knowledge as you go along. All right, what am I doing? I'm rebuilding the disaster that was. So I'm going to come up here to File, New. Yes, File, New, and 1920 by 1080. No, that's not there. Here's 1920. That was 1080 by 1920, 1080. Doesn't matter about the background contents because, I mean, frankly, I'm going to cover everything up anyway. So none of it matters. 72 DPI, which is most screen resolutions. I'm not doing print. If you were doing print work, you might want it at 300 DPI. Depends on who's doing the printing and what they require. But I'm just creating a blank. I'm just creating this blank. I didn't even name it because that was the part that I didn't bother to read and fill in. You all saw how that happened. So let me go ahead and come over here. Should have just done this then. And I'm going to say save as. And I want to save it on my cloud. Hey, look what I have there. It's DK. Oh, and it's Geriatric Gigolo coming soon. I think that has I just because. Well, no, let me save this first. Streamyard, I'll go SY_BK for background _ watch me work. All right. Save. So this is saved as that. Now, for a background, I want to look at what I'm doing right now. I don't mind using these bricks. I kind of like the bricks. What I want to end up doing, and clearly because all the branding was gone, all of my different camera layouts and everything were all modified and screwed with and everything. I have this thing, but none of them are set up where I used to have it with the title across the top that gave me the room. This should not be taking up all that room. I need to edit the layouts as well, because what I like to have is a banner across the top. I like to have an area where Watch Me Work can be read, where the information, the daily, if it's a program that's going to be happening on a schedule, have that schedule in your banner. Have that schedule so it's seen, and then you set up your StreamYard layout to where the cameras are not blocking that, are leaving that visible, so that then that space is doing you some good. It's the branding. It's branding. That's what it's about. It's why that banner doesn't have crap over top of it. It's why it's there, because it's gonna deliver its message no matter what's going on up here. And if you use your layouts properly, and you create your backgrounds properly, you can take advantage of the top, the sides, all sorts of different areas in the same manner. Jubba Jub, Canva. Whatever you end up needing to make, there's a. I know Canva is one of the free ones. Well, fuck you know. You know. I don't even know why I'm telling you. I gotta highlight Neil, because if people aren't looking at him, he can't feel the buzz. So everybody, and that's what's ironic. You gotta look at the blind guy. Everybody look at blind Neil so he can feel stoned. Because if he's not being watched, he doesn't feel stoned. Those were your words, Neil. Those were your words. That was waiting on food. I made sure and I had my peanut butter and milk before I started. You know, I plan ahead. I plan ahead on those things. All right, I'm going to get back over here to Photoshop. I'm going to come over here, and the first thing I want to do, I'm going to grab this background because I'm just using this. I'm going to come over here and Control Shift V is paste in place. Control Shift would paste in the center. Things could be different. I don't know. You did. He had a 5-hour. It was 5-hour live earlier today. I had it running for quite some time. I thought about coming up, but I had other stuff I ended up having to deal with, and you know, that's. Oh, spicy stomach passing on the food. That's terrible. That's terrible. I hate it. Has everybody clicked on that like? Has everybody or dislike? Engage. All I ask is engage. All I ask is engage. All right, let me. So I've got this background. Let me do this. Let me do this. And see, we can't even see. We can't even see that thing. The Watch Me Work and the Rich New Design logos. Because I changed some branding. And I wonder if I should, because I wasn't using the other branding before. I do want to keep this. I kind of like the color on that. But what I want to do is have, like I have this bar down in the bottom, I want to create a bar across the top that is not going to be hindered by this camera. Now, it would be hindered if I went with these other camera angles, and sometimes I do want my camera to be full screen and so forth. But I at least want the standard camera, if it's still visible, then no matter what, when I come in here and I start it, boom, that is still visible, and then I'll adjust the other Streamyard layouts, because it allows you to have custom layouts, to have them all work within the boundaries of that status banner down below and my bar up top, so that everything fits within the content area, if you will. That way it's all advertising. If I need to put a sponsor's name, I've got a room to put it. I've got somewhere to put graphics. I've got somewhere to run. And it also gives me a template so that I can use the same StreamYard layouts. Because, and this is something I'd like to, it'd be nice if StreamYard would do, is have it so you can have layouts, separate layouts based on separate branding. So if I were to come into my Watch Me Work branding, it would have different camera layouts, and that way I could have different designs, where maybe the right panel is all my advertising and I have all my cameras over on the left-hand side for a different program. But you don't have enough. I think you only have maybe 8 customized layouts available in StreamYard, and so because it won't let you edit the standard ones. You know, one of those. I don't know. I just try to make it, because we do the different shows, and I want to be able to run through here and make sure everything works and everything kind of handles properly. Now, on mobile devices, it's more of a pain. I know it's a pain to navigate. I hate having to run it on a mobile device. Hate having to run it. I know people that do. So it's just navigating the menu and being able to see the chat. That's and stay in the show while staying. There just isn't enough real estate. There isn't enough real estate to make it work. To have all the buttons you need and all the other stuff. I don't know. It's one of those. All right, where is this Okay, watch me work. Let me grab some text. Well, let me grab a bar. Actually, I will leave the brick as it is. And let me add some text. Watch me work. Is this actually in the same? Nah, it can't be. This is in the other one. Now, I'm going to come back over here to Streamyard so I can look for a second at where on the brick pattern. Oh, I was not even sharing. I'm an idiot. I apologize. And this is clearly not the right one. Let me come here. Since I've added text, watch me work. I want to look over here, and I'm going to go back to that first one that shows the first screen where it's just my camera, so that I can see how far down on the brick pattern. That way I can kind of measure where this is, this position. I want to know how far down on the brick pattern the top of this camera is, and I want to be right above that. So as I'm looking through here, trying to see where the different indicators are, and I can see where the bottom row is, and it's more than halfway up, and so I need to be right below. I need to be right below where that. Right below, if you look on that far side of where the brick is, on this background I'm at, where that grout line has then, which is just a bit above where I'm at, that is where I need everything to fit for my header to be able to make sure that I've got everything spaced in there. I'm going to go with that size. So let me get back here and share StreamYard so I'm not doing work and you're not watching like I was doing. Now let's blow this just so I can show you what I'm talking about. For those that were wondering, what is he talking about? This is that same brick pattern that's up there right now. And the indicator that I was looking for is I need it above where this, see the bottom of the W? Where that grout line and then the discoloration. I want to make sure that everything stays from where that is and above. I don't want anything to be below that. And if I do that, I know everything will look okay on here. I think I'm going to go with this blue that is happening right now with this color. For a rectangle that I'm going to put underneath those words. I'm grabbing the hex color right now from StreamYard. If you look in the branding section, your brand color, which is what it uses for a background color on the banner that runs across the bottom. You can come up with your own, and I may for other branding. But for this one, I'm going to go with the standard blue because it is the watch me work. It's not that special. And I'm probably going to use the yellow text that I have over here because the yellow text will look good against the blue background. So I'm going to want to make myself a rectangle. Let me get back over there to Photoshop. Let me come over here and I want to add a layer. And I want to come to my shape and the fill. I want to enter in the hex for it right here. I can just paste it. Oh, I thought I had it. Let me copy it from here. Control C. And Control V. There is the blue for the branding. And I've got that set as the fill. I want to turn the stroke to where there's no stroke. I'm on my shape. Control 0 to make this full screen. And I'm just gonna click. I want this, oh, and I just click so it'll give me, because I want the width to be 1920. And the height It's 100 right now. I know it's going to end up being about 130. I'm going to put 130 to see. Let's just see. No rounding. I don't want any rounding on it, but if you did want rounding. And from the center. Sure, from the center. Let's move this thing. How is it not 1930? Control 0. What's the size on this? 1920. 130. 130 almost looks, it's too, 130 is too tall. 130 is too tall because the bottom of the W is actually where I want this to be. Now I'll move that W up once I have this thing. Once I have this thing in place, I'm going to move that W up, but I only want this to be, let's change the height to 110. 110 I think is exactly where I want it to be. Let me grab the text and move it up. I could use the to center it on this, but I really don't. That almost gives me everything I want for that section. That is not gonna be too bad. And then when that is in place, that would allow. And again, this is what I'm doing. I'm setting it up. I'm creating the new branding so that the cameras will all be below it, and it will never be covered up. I clearly won't be using this layout because this is putting it all the way to the top, and I do not want this all the way to the top. That is what screws it up. So I'll be using custom layouts with these. But watch me work. They're already on my channel, so do I need to say rich new design? I think I'm gonna. Let me come back over here to Popcorn. Peace and love. Peace and love. Hope you are doing well. I'm gonna come back over to this other. Oh, this wasn't the one I wanted. File open. Oh, and let me check something. All right, so you never even see these pop-ups. Okay, then I don't feel quite as bad. You're not seeing the file open, so you're not seeing a bunch of the different. Because there may be stuff that I'm looking for. Where are you? And had the text. Okay, I can just pull on this one. Rich new design. Control. Let me come over here and let me paste this in place. Let me bring the font down. Now, alignment-wise, that's centered up and down on it. What about this? Let me get this centered up and down on it. Come on, find that line. I need to slow. Oh, this mouse just wants to jump on me so much. Nope, I don't want it that way. I wanted them vertically or horizontally. Well, the line flashes on me and it doesn't want. All right, those two. Oh, well, that's totally wrong. That was totally wrong. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. There you go. We'll do this. because screw it, I'm not going to worry about it. If I were that worried about it, I would do a better job. I would actually make this smaller. But I like that. I'm going to make this smaller instead. Which that shadow is going to overpower things, but quit that. Rich new design. I think that works. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I've already named this, right? Yes. So I want to export this. I'm now going to export this as a JPEG. Peace and love, Michael. Hope you have a good one. Make sure you dropped your link. As a JPEG. All right. I am so happy about that. None of those are. Put it right here. And I want to call this SC underscore BK, or no, SY underscore BK underscore background. Watch me work. All right. And then we're going to see if this, how this looks. I don't know why I'm seeing this bar here. And I'm wondering if that is a byproduct of something else. Watch me work. No, it was just a byproduct. Okay. All right, let me come over here to Streamyard and let me upload this background and see. Then I'll change to the come over here to where I've got the file. Come on, file. Where are you, file? I believe it's uploading. Now, while I'm waiting for that. So, a background. Oh, they recommend 1280 by 720. Oh, excuse me. The file I'm putting up is 1.74 meg. The maximum size is 20 megabytes, but you can have 3 megabytes if it's an animated GIF. If it's a video file, because you can have video files, they have to be 200 megabytes or less. They can be MP4s or animated GIFs. Video backgrounds will play on a loop with no audio. So you can't put audio into your video backgrounds. Okay, this has come into place. Let me hit this and let me come back here. And watch me work is too close to that side. Rich new design is way the fuck off over here. This looks terrible. You just let me put this out like this. It's like nothing. It's like no, it was I really had hoped. I'd hoped it was going to go better this time. I thought this time it won't be so bad. I'll have to change these other layouts to make them work better. Let me get back here because I want to adjust where those are at. Okay, I don't like the fact that it's... Okay, now I can see the edges. That's the problem with it being right up against there. Let's give me a little bit of space there. See, that G makes it look like... And it doesn't want to update. That's another thing that I'm not liking in the in these recent versions. The graphics will not and that's a text layer. That's literally a text layer. That should be just no problem to update. There it is. I don't want the stroke on it. That works better. That works better for me. And actually I want it smaller. That's why that was looking so bad. It was... What did I just set? I didn't change anything that I meant to. Let me turn this. Let me bring it down even more. And that way I can have... I could probably put information underneath it here. So correct me if I'm wrong. Oh. Yes, exactly. In Streamyard, what I'm working on now is just the background, which will be behind all the different cameras and the other things. And it will be covered up if you're using it. It's covered up by that banner down at the bottom. And so I'm trying to create it so that now I'm going to have to set up custom overlays in Streamyard to limit cameras to only be within this safe zone, if you will, where the brick's at, so that I never cover up the top and I never cover up the banner, or am underneath the banner, if you will. There are overlays that would sit on top that can be animated. I think I actually have an animated overlay. If Tana were here, I think she'd recognize it. Let's see if it's here. This is an overlay. This is now this is an animated GIF overlay. They can be stationary. This was one that was made for One Stoner and Three Cats. Tana's channel. She and DK co-host the show on. It's a smoke sesh show that they have almost nightly, and sometimes more than once a day. But overlays will go over top of everything. They can run on a loop. They have different requirements. This is an animated GIF. They can be transparent, like you see. You can see everything running. I used to have them where they'd be information pieces that were just rectangles. So it doesn't have to be a guy like this, but that would be a PNG file you would use to actually. There we go. A PNG with transparency, so that it would leave open the part and it would just show up in the area like a news report or something like that, or if you had just images that you still wanted over top of everything and not behind. Let me get back over here to the chat so I can make sure that seeing if they're Bud Files, peace and love, good to see you. Everybody, hashtag, let me turn that banner back on. Hashtag awesome. I think I'm getting ready to... I'll use this one. Yeah. I'm getting... And you see how that banner is above everything. So if you create an overlay, but it's down here, a banner will go over top of it. And so you have to be aware of that. I'm going to continue working here to... I may just export because if you remember, the one that has here, I don't like the rich new design, and watch me work, it was too close to the edge. So I don't like those. I took the black stroke outline off of the text. The text is a little bit smaller over for rich new design, and I moved watch me work over. I need to export it as and here it is, so I need to export it as a JPEG to put it. Export as. Just gonna replace it. Let me come over here and delete the one that I have in the folder, and go ahead and export and name it Watch Me Work. I'll just call it that for now. Save. It's going to export that. I'm going to come over to my branding again because now I want to replace. I've exported it. Now I want to replace this with a new one that I just made. And it's where there we go. Come over here to backgrounds. Add background, drag my new, and we will see when it uploads. Still under 2 megs, so I mean you can have a lot more detail in it. Okay, let's see how that looks. I like that. I like that. There'll be something else underneath of rich new design. And the thing is, it may, for Watch Me Works, they may just be overlays. See, I could create a crawl because these can have animation in them, and they can be up to 200 meg. So I'm not tied to the same 3 meg GIF size limitation. I can have a file that's got a lot more in it because I can have up to 200 megabytes. Let me double check that before I, yes, 200 megabytes for a video file size, 20 megabytes for images, 3 megabytes for animated GIFs. Animated GIFs take more to process. So the MP4 that I can put, and that way the area under rich new design, I could have a crawl. I could have something like this using the same font that they're using down there. Put some separator line after the word work, and so I can utilize that in the future. But this is cleaner for now. This is at least cleaner for now. Now let me do something about creating a. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to edit this and see. I don't know when it updates for you. I don't know when you out there in viewer land are seeing the updates of what I'm doing here with my camera and my size. Oh, this is for a group of people. Okay. Well, this I don't want a group of people, so I will remove. I will add, no. I'll just put it down here. I'll just put it down here. So I can have multiple people. And I'm going to add the actual screen that is doing work. I will make fit above. Oh, that's no good. I'll move this over here then. Come up here so everybody can see what is going on. Da-da-da. I can make myself that much smaller. The goal here is to make it so that the screen is going to work with this save and save layout. Sure. I'll just say sure. Update layout. Let's see what this does. Okay. I don't know when it changed for you, if it did. If anything changed dynamically or if it changed all at once. I've been editing the... I've been editing. But now you can see I've got the actual screen there. I've got it within that border. So now where I can be working on it, I can switch between this and I can switch between this, and they will all be within that area, and I'm not going to have a problem with not being able to see the Watch Me Work or the other end. Because if I go to this layout, once again, see, that's covering it up. That's covering it up, and the bottom is getting in the way right there. I don't want that. I want something that gives me this. And so now I have that capability. And what I'm sitting in right now is a group. So if there was another person that came up, another camera, it would show up in this list over here where I have the area to watch. So the section over here is a presentation section, and this is a viewer group, a participant group that they have. I'm not going to end up changing my green screen. This is actually what I've got playing on my green screen back here. I've got this all. I'm within a camera within OBS. The background that I'm making up here, that is a part of Streamyard out in the branding section of Streamyard. And so my personal green screen, I mean, you could do that. You could do that. But he, First Floor has. He's used similar setups. He's done some, because that way he's got his information flowing around and all that. And they, with the custom layouts that you are, and the 8 of them, you're able to make 8 custom ones, so you can put where the cameras are going to be and where other pieces are going to be. And I just mainly like to leave that opening so that I've got that branding on the top, and I know the bottom's good. That's kind of how that is. Oh, he's been doing this for a while. I'm not sure what program he's using, but he's been doing it for a while. So he can show you a bunch on there. And there are a bunch of free programs to be able to put together backgrounds, because these are just JPEGs. Now, if you're wanting to do an animated GIF or something like that, then you've got to have some software to do it. But there are freeware versions of everything. I use Photoshop because I also use After Effects, Premiere Pro, Character Animator for all our cartoon work, Dreamweaver for the coding and website work that I do. I'd like to get into XD to do some design work, but every time I get into that, it's like, well, it'd be quicker for me to just write the code. Why do this whole mock-up? And it's not my bag. But they've got such an audition for all the music. So I use a lot of their tools. That was actually something else that I was thinking about today, was background music in this. And I may end up doing I'm going to show that real quick. I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and let me go over to here. Let me see how this looks. Okay, this isn't bad. This was the other one that I had, because our top used to be that long. Let me come to some of these other layouts. This is a layout where it has a row of people down on that side. This layout is a group of people in the center. I'm just testing out. Okay, this one is a full size, and if there were a second camera, I think they'd be right here, if there were a second camera. So I can be sitting over here and have somebody else over here. And this one is very similar. The row of people will be down here. This one has a row of people over there. These are not set up properly at all. Everything is bad. I don't even know why I'm bothered. Here we go. I'll go to here. As I wanted to bring up, I thought about, I'm hearing everybody with their, we're getting this music. Will we get copyright strikes? Will we do this? Hey, I'd like to get this written. Hey, I'd like to do that. I may do a more in-depth kind of run-through with it, but I want everybody to, have you heard of BandLab? BANDLAB. BandLab. Let me make sure I don't have any issues with someone coming to the what was that? Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room so we can do it all night, and you can make BandLab. BandLab, everybody. Let me share the screen on BandLab. Share screen, and it will be the window, which is library, I believe. And I do not want to share the audio with it. Here in library, and let me add this. This is BandLab. It's free. I've done one thing, and I'm going to do it again just to kind of show you. I created an account. It's free with your Gmail. I tied it to my Gmail account. Let me come over here. I'm going to say create. You can create a new project. It's an audio editor. It's got a DAW. It's a digital audio workspace. There's MIDI, all these instruments and stuff available in there. There's also Song Starter, generate with AI. I thought about doing this at the beginning to just have something to run in the background. Let's get you inspired. Let me make sure you guys are seeing all this. Yes, here we go. This is BandLab. We can go with acoustic pop, ambient, hip hop. We could enter lyrics if we wanted to enter lyrics that we wanted. We've got trap, we've got house. Let's see. Hey, GamPro, cheers, peace and love. I'm gonna go with trap. And let's say get started. That's the genre I picked. Now, I can edit that genre from within what it's doing. It's now using AI to make a song. It's basically making a couple of songs. And I'm going to pick one of them to then edit. Or I can just sit here and let it friggin' play. I don't know. We're going to see. BandLab.com. BandLab. Now, I'm not sure if you have to have a paid to actually export. I don't know what the options are. I know I've been able to record within it. I know I can enable my microphone. I'm able to plug my instruments in to be able to pull those. I do. Here we go. This is one of the ideas. So this is unique music. Let's see this other idea. Now, if you look up here, it's got beats per minute. Here is that genre, trap. So you can set up what you want to be using here. But it gives us 3 different options. Here's the third. I didn't like it as much. Now let's just say I could save this one for later if I wanted to just create a bunch of these. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit in Studio on this one. I have no idea. Let me see what I was reading that wrong. Well, I don't know if you can hear the da 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 da. It trip. This is just what AI is putting together. But what it has here, so I've got the melody, I've got the chords, I've got the bass, I've got the drums. Here is where I could record. Here's where I can click on loop. If I want to just cycle this, and I bet this thing would just continue to run on, but I bet I can mute and, okay, it's playing here. Let's remove the melody from the mix. Doom, doom, doom. The bass doesn't even kick in. Oh, I want to drag out the selected area longer. We should hear the bass. Here's the purple, and it starts right there was where the bass started. But I took the melody out. I'll put it back in. So I could replace it. This is MIDI. So I can go through and I should be able to edit all these different notes, put my own in, write my own MIDI, do all that stuff for free within BandLab. But what I am doing right now is I can sit here. I can actually, oh, you can't hear any of it, can you? You're not hearing any of this. Now you're probably hearing it. Now you're probably hearing it. Jesus, I haven't been sharing the audio on it, have I? So now you have the audio. This was created with AI. I've just got it set to loop, and I dragged out here. I can go ahead then. I can create right before each show a brand new copyright-free AI thing to throw in the background. I could probably turn that volume down on it just a little. Oh, look how I brought. Now I'm using voice meter to turn the volume down. You'd have the ability, but I bet it has it in it. I'm gonna look over there. It does. It has volume on the BandLab, bandlab.com, BANDLAB. Yeah, it just right now we've just got to go ahead. Is it still drowning me out? I could probably remedy that. I mean, some way I could probably remedy that, but there. How's that? Is that me talking? Okay, I see it's dropped down. It's dropped down. Oh, no problem. Hey, AI, thanks you for saying that it's jamming, because I didn't do shit. All I'm doing is setting a volume. I'm going to come back over to the page. Again, BandLab. Now, I could go back and say, okay, make me a new one. And select the genre. I can go back through right now. Let me hit stop on this. Here is a volume for it. I was using voice meter to adjust the volume so that I could change the beats per minute on this thing. I could change the style. I could have it regenerate. I can publish this. This will actually publish so other people can listen to it. You can actually collaborate with others, invite other people who are BandLab users to collaborate on songs with you. It seems like it's got a lot, and I'm not going deep into this. It was just something, rate my experience. Well, motherfucker, I thought this was 5, man. I'm good. I ain't writing anything, though. I ain't writing anything. You're not getting me to write anything. I'm very happy. There's a lot of promise here, and it should be able to keep things going. Ricky, I'm sorry if it just doesn't sound good. I turned the music off, and the volume. This is where the volume's gonna be. I apologize if it's no good, because I've been going at an hour. I may wrap this up. I may do some more later, because I already got my Watch Me Work, the thing that I needed to. I got that handled. I got that put in place. So that is done. Let me hit this. Okay, now that. All right. So BandLab, you can create your own. Well, you're not creating anything. You're saying AI create it. You can get some copyright-free stuff to put in the background. Oh, I appreciate it. I'm almost to the end, Ricky, and I don't. This was an afterthought, and I don't feel like hunting down to make it all work right now. I'm probably going to get ready to grab a bite and everything and do some other stuff. But I appreciate you. I always appreciate level checks and stuff like that. But no, BandLab is something that you can get if you're looking for copyright free and something that's just in the background and not going to cause a problem. And like I say, it'll create different genres. It's free. Go out there, take a look at it. Let me know if you create something neat with it. I may start using this to get basic stuff to then do improvs with some of these cartoon characters over top of, because I'm not as concerned about, I want to write the best song musically. I want the funny lyrics over top, and I want the hook and the other stuff. It's just got to have a good beat. This is not what I needed, but for background in this, it would be okay. I hope everybody out there is, hey, it's Wednesday. I hope it's a good hump day for you. I hope everything is going well. Please, if you haven't, click on that like. Tell your friends. I'm gonna be back. I'm coming back. So next, look for more stuff happening. Look for me going live more. Look for more content. Look for a rich new bot. And in another month and a half, look for some big time comedy. Look for some big time comedy. Everybody, love you all. I'm always happy to be out here in the YouTube streets having a good time with everybody. I'm gonna be high, so you be high. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.